have a breakdown, or am I gonna keep pushing forward? Really, that situation just caused me to grow in this thing, man. All right, spiritually, mentally, all right, everything about my being and renewing myself just from that one moment. Now, there's plenty of things that I could tell, but I wanted to tell that one in particular. All right, so that's a testifying to my patience, man. All right, and to my faith and to my strength, man. Because now I realize that it don't matter what you do, it could be taken away from you. If your situation is a woman, remember that those that have wives be as those that had none. Family too, man. This applies in every area of your life. The only thing that you really have to rely on is your brotherhood and this truth, man. That is the only thing you had to rely on. And that's the only thing you really need. This place is ending, man. This place is ending. The Lord said we were going to get back everything that we ever lost on this side back in the regeneration. Well, we're in the regeneration. So now we got to do our part. Lord, when we'll get our deliverance, we'll get everything back 100-fold. But we got to do our part now, man. We got to do our part right now. We got to learn these precepts. We got to learn this word. We got to learn the breakdowns. We got to learn the Hebrew. We got to learn until the Lord brings the destruction on this place and tells us, you know what? You're done. You've been delivered. All right? So until that day comes, we got work to do, man. And it ain't done until the Lord's prophecies are accomplished. Read James.
All right. James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally.
It said if any of you lack wisdom. The Hebrew, all right? If any of you lack wisdom, go ahead.
Lack on precepts?
Well, lack strength to get rid of your woman. Yeah. That's wisdom, right? Know the difference between good and evil, like you always say. Amor, you always bring out wisdom. Said if anybody lacks wisdom, let him ask the Most High. Read it again.
James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do is ask. Didn't the Lord say anything you ask in my name, the Lord's gonna give you?
Yeah,
my name.
Okay, and it shall be given him.
So he was reiterating what the Lord taught him in the Spirit. All right,
let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
In faith, nothing wavering. I mean, the elders went through this a while ago. Nothing wavering.
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Yeah, so you could be going back and forth between opinions, you know? Back and forth on your understanding of the doctrine. Go ahead.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. The double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right? Which goes along with kind of like having one foot in, one foot out, man. A double-minded man.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, lukewarm. Can't be double-minded. You gotta either choose the Most High, choose righteousness, or choose something that's gonna, pull you out. But just remember, you can't have like the truth, all right, and still be in the world, because any fucking dude that got taken out of this thing, all right, just end up getting more bugged the hell out, right?
That's what the scripture said.
I mean, you ain't gonna be able to, well, have some sort of righteousness still with you and be in the world. That ain't gonna happen, right? You ain't still gonna have good judgment if you fall out of this thing, all right?
Yeah, I mean, not to cut you off, but remember, like a couple weeks ago when we was at camp, my woman's uncle came after the camp, or he was here watching and stuff, and he was saying he used to be an Israelite like 20 years ago and all that stuff, and this dude is homeless, like bug, like he cut off his beard and all this. He got like a mustache, like all this. And he was telling me, basically trying to justify him falling out, like saying like, I know myself as an African American, so I guess now he's not Israelite anymore. He said, what's he say?
Well, being an Israelite took him out. They made him homeless. He's trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, no. I'm saying like he said, I know myself as an African American. Like he wasn't saying an Israelite, and then he was saying basically like trying to tell me that basically like my priorities are messed up or something. Like I need to worry about my family and my son, and my son has health problems and all this, and it's gonna tear my family apart and all this stuff like that.
That's why the scriptures say, "Judge not, that you be not judged." All right, is he taking care of his family? Him being fucking homeless? Shit. So that's why the scriptures say that. Get Matthew the 7th chapter. How the hell he gonna judge you and he's fucking homeless? And he ain't got no beard in his face. Matthew the 7th chapter.
Yeah, another thing he said,
judge,
he said,
judge not that you be not judged.
And another thing he was saying about like Esau and stuff, he was saying like, you know, if you preach hate, hate's gonna come back around or something stupid.
That's
like
not
that.
in the scriptures. You know, he's a fucking idiot. All right, let's work on the judgment first. All right. So we're not telling like brothers, you know, to do anything that we wouldn't do or we haven't gone through. You know, we may not gone through it personally, but if we would put ourselves in a situation, we would know. Okay, we just got a whole bunch of minds here. We got grown men in the truth. We know what, between all of us, we can come down, work out the best situation for the brother. All right. So we're not judging as hypocrites, all right? When we tell a brother to tell him this, what you're doing is wrong, you know, what you're doing is right, because we're judging according to the scriptures. We're judging righteous judgment. You want to say something about
the scripture? There's no common temptation that's not known to man. Like we all, like even if we individually go through the situation, there's brothers amongst us, and all through the scriptures, men went through the same thing any brother's going through now. There's no uncommon temptation. I remember we brought it out throughout the weeks.
Yeah.
There's no uncommon temptation that's been put on upon man, and the Lord will put on no more than you can bear. Basically, roughly paraphrases.
And also, you gotta have that ruling class mentality, like the elders always speak on.
Yeah.
Ruling class mentality. So you gotta look at everything else as beneath you, including your women, including your children. They're beneath you. You have the power to put them to death. You know what I mean? In the spirit, you know, can't do physically actually do it. So you gotta maybe just let them go. You know?
This is Matthew 7:1. Judge not that ye be not judged. But with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again.
Yeah, so when we put forth a judgment and saying something's right or something's wrong, okay, we apply it to ourselves. All right, so we're not judging as hypocrites.
Yep.
All right, so we're judging righteous judgment. Continue.
It says, and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye? But consider not the beam
that we see
that
motes
is in thine own eye.
But we don't have that beam in our eye. All right, because we're not hypocrites. All right.
Yeah, a beam is a representation of like something much larger, you know?
Yeah.
It says, for how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye?
Yeah, we're not saying that. Okay, and having the beam in our own eye, we're trying to pull out the mote out of a brother's eye, seeing clearly. Okay,
that's right.
So we can see clearly, so we can judge clearly. We can judge righteous judgment.
Yep.
But
and behold, a beam is in thine own eye.
God, that's being judging as a hypocrite. That's the example that Yahweh Shah is using. But
thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye.
And that happened when we came into the truth and we left all this shit behind. All right. All of it.
And then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
Yeah, we're seeing it clearly, so we know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah.
All right? And we know the things that we have to sacrifice. All right? And we know the steps that we got to take to go about getting rid of those demons. All right? That's why we're constantly examining ourselves.
That's right. This is
everything's a process, right?
And you don't, when you come into this thing, you don't just stop catching hell. You still catch hell. You just know how to handle it better. You know, you now have the experience to handle it. You got the Lord to pray to. So,
and a lot of shit is kind of like a continuation of what already been happening. You know, it's just a continuation of what already been happening.
But I mean, you know, you start from the experiences, from maybe what brothers tell you. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you first come into this thing, you might be catching major hell, but once you overcome that, you know, you're still gonna catch hell, but you'll still, you know, Lord willing, you'll be able to handle it 10 times better, you know?
Yeah, like I'm gonna testify again. Like I've been going through since I started in the truth. I've been having these basically unconscious but conscious moments where I'm awake, but I can't. My body won't fucking move. I'm standing still. I can see dark figures all around me. But the only way I can explain it is like I'm conscious, but I'm in an unconscious state, almost as if I'm in a coma. But everything is real, you know. It's really happening. Before, when that stuff used to happen to me and the elders broke it down, it's basically a demon, I was scared shitless. Now it happens, I'm like, oh man, I don't got time for this shit. I got work tomorrow morning. You know, it's like another thing that basically, you know, I know is gonna happen. you know, because we're all gonna go through different things, you know, them demons are gonna come at you, fuck with your mind, you know, and all that, but it depends on how you deal with it. Now I went through that experiences, excuse me, I went through them experiences enough times to basically, you know, I call on to the Lord, you know, I asked him to help me, just deliver me out of the situation, within a few moments later, boom, you know. And now it's kind of like, you know, it happened so many times that it's like, it don't scare me no more. Now I overcome that experience, is basically what I'm trying to tell you, you know? And the Lord allowed me to overcome it. He didn't let that basically become a downfall of mine. Oh shit, like what's happening to me, like that type of thing. Am I losing my damn mind? Am I going crazy? Of course, Satan's gonna come at you like that, like you're losing your damn mind, and you know, and this, that, and the other thing. But see, the Lord didn't use that as a way of destroying me, but as a way to strengthen me, man. To strengthen the mind, man. Wisdom and knowledge is gonna be thy stability, man. And that all dwells up in your mind, you know? So the Lord's just keeping my